Hello, friends. So, when we study sidereal astrology, one of the greatest astrologer in India in a recent time, he was Raman sir, and this is one of his books, How to Judge a Horoscope, and it is one of the best books among all the top books which are very important to study before you start understanding or learning astrology. And so, what I was thinking is to start a session on this book and try to decode what he is saying, because he has decoded what the sages have said, and I thought, let me decode what he is trying to say in his books, because they have special combinations, and for people like me who are beginner, and for us it is not very easy to understand what such a great soul meant unless we had that punya in our horoscope. But let's try, like, we just somewhere we will understand if we give our 100%. So the rationale of this allocation is still a mystery. The ancient Maharshis must have had in view some scientific basis for the relation of all the events of human life to the 12 bhavas or houses. It must be noted that the 12 houses have reference to the material relation of Jiva in its journey from the cradle to the grave. Cradle is fourth house. Yes, if you have good, I did had while growing up. I did had cradle, but it was wooden. I think because of the Saturn influence. If you really good Venus or very good planets in your fourth house, you'll get a golden cradle. But yeah, according to one explanation, the ancient Hindu day was divided into 12 sections of the five ghatis. Each section was devoted to certain definite duties of the daily routine of the living. The day started just about or few ghatis before sunrise. Okay, so the day starts with the sunrise, and from this time until sunrise the activities were purely personal. Okay, so the first 2 hours are like getting up, washing up, all those. So that is, I think, first house. Hence the first house become the personal house, Aries. This in when you are only concentrating on yourself, and when your whole agenda in those 2 hours is to take care of yourself, to clean yourself up, to wash your hair, to everything, like, to beautify yourself, to eat healthy. Hence the first house become the personal house. Okay, this ingenious explanation does not certainly gratify the curious of thinking brains, as the birth gives rise to all the incidents and results to be experienced in our terrestrial. The ascendant or lagna, which is their significator, points to the conditions of life on earth. The second half of the day commenced with the seventh period of five ghatis. This period was always a period of amusement and relaxation, of meeting partners and enjoying the pleasure of contact. And the seventh house comes to the associated with the wife and partner. Seventh to itself is seventh house. Okay, I'm a bit confused here. Why not Why didn't he take second house and then started talking about seventh house? But let's see. The house opposite the ascendant must be the one with which to form a pair, and therefore the seventh house is attributed to wife and other people, of course. Yeah, in the zodiac, Aries is the first house. The third house is Gemini. It represents arms, as arms protect our body. So also our brothers are our helpers in the life, and hence the third house is general indication of brothers. I think then security will also come the third house. I think your security, protection. Third house is your surrounding. Yeah. The fourth house rules breast, chest. It is from the breast that the baby sucks its nourishment, while happiness and pleasure proceed from the mind. It is not our purpose to try to explain the rationale of attributes of the 12th house. On the other hand, we have suggested above the that common sense thinking enables one to appreciate what this rational is. Take a horoscope in which the fifth house is afflicted by unfavorable conjunction. The subject will have no children, or all or most of the children will die. Will this not suffice to prove that the fifth house is connected with the children? The ancient Mahर्षिs discovered grand and glorious truth with the aid of Divya Drishti or introspection. In applying the rules contained in astrological books in practical horoscope, one must definitely bear in mind that they are merely for his guidance. In addition to knowledge of astrology, one must also exercise discretion and common sense coupled of course with the certain amount of intuition. Yes, of course. I think I don't know how great is my intuition, but I have fifth house Ketu. So let's see. No prediction should be given in a haphazard manner. If the fifth house is well disposed and its lord occupies favorable situations, the subject will be happy with the regard to children. Suppose in Pisces is Lagna and Jupiter is in the Cancer, because Pisces is the Lagna and Jupiter, Cancer comes fifth to it. So the fifth, or suppose Kanya is Lagna and Jupiter is in the Makar, would the results in the either case be same? In the first instance, Jupiter Lord of Lagna is in the fifth exalted. In the second case, Jupiter Lord of the fourth house is in debilitation in the second house. Okay, for Virgo ascendant, fifth house is Capricorn. So, and we know that Capricorn is a debilation sign for Jupiter. I hope you understood this. Can the results be same both cases? Difficult. Common sense tells us that the result must differ. An astrological student must bear to mind all these differences and venture a product prediction. Yes, what I have done lot of many time I have done the mistake is like fifth house Jupiter is there. Okay, fine. Something good regarding the fifth house will be there. I have never like I have to start thinking it beyond the planet. Like first we need to see the house, and then we have to see the sign, and then we have to see the planet. But what I do is most of the people do is like first they see the planet because it is visually very straight into the eyes. So no, first we have to see what sign it is. Sign is the Leo. Sign is the sign of Capricorn, which is of the Saturn, which is anyways a delayed karka for kids. And then we have to put Jupiter. Like kids will be there, but it will be after some time. Like it will be delayed. The result will be delayed. So that we can think like that. So first house is your Tanu Bhav, is your body. Tanu means body. It deals with represents the beginning of the life, childhood, health, environment, personality, the physical body, and the character. The second house represents family, face, right eye, food, wealth, literary gift and manner, and source of death. Why source of death? Why source of death? Why he said source of death? It is not eighth to it. Source of death. Why source of death? It is from 12th house. So second to anything is sources. So I don't know why third. We'll have to check this. Okay. Self-acquisition and optimism. Okay. Yes. Source of death, it can be because it is a sign of Venus, and Venus is the karka for I mean it is somehow related. It is a marak, natural marak. So the third house rules brothers and sisters, intelligence, cousins, and other immediate relations. The also house is neighbors, and let me see how much time I have taken. Can't see here. I'm very new, but okay, let's continue. Okay, so fourth house indicates peace of mind, home, life, mother, conveyance, house, property, landed, and ancestral properties, education, and neck and shoulders. Neck and shoulders. Neck, is the second house, but okay. House, property, yeah, because while growing up I have son in the fourth house. So while growing up I was always in the army camp area, because Mars is also there, and always traveled in the army vehicles all my life. And so sun, because it is a royal sign and it is related to government, I had that luxury of, my education, because it is in the sign of Leo, my education was in the government institute. The fifth house in children, grandfather, intelligence, emotions, and fame. The sixth house rules over debt, disease, enemies, miseries, sorrows, illness, and disappointments. The seventh represents wife, husband, marriage, urinary organs, marital happiness, sexual disease, business partner, diplomacy, talent, energies, general happiness. Okay, the seventh house is natural Libra. It is a very sexual sign. It is a sign of Venus, which is again his partner. It is also public dealing. It is a marketplace. It is area where you have to deal with other people. It is also the sign of balance. So you have to be a diplomat. If you have good placement in Libra, most of the people turn out to be diplomats. They are to balance a airy sign. So yeah, it's also general happiness because Venus always makes you happy. The eighth indicates longevity, legal legacies and gifts, and unearned wealth, cause of death, disgrace, degradation, and details pertaining to death. Okay, so eighth house, I see. Eighth house is a natural Scorpio, and there the death, the theme of death, occult research, deep hidden things, degradation. What is degradation? In what sense is it? Okay. Okay, it's not. I'm not able to click on it. Okay, disgrace is there. Why? Because whenever you see fifth lord in the eighth house, there will be some kind of disgrace to the name, or if you see third lord in the eighth house, there will be disgrace to the name. I think Adam Levine has this combination where his third house is connected to sixth house and connected to eighth house in some way. So he did had this, his name got defamed when he was dated with other girls online. So yeah, and cause of death. Okay, malefics in the eighth house, I have heard a lot of time, can give painful death, and if you have Saturn, then it can give you long age. So the ninth rules father, righteousness, perceptor, grandchildren, intuition, religion, sympathy, fame, charities, leadership, journeys, communications with spirits. Communication with spirits, I thought it is 12th house, but okay. Ninth house is communication with spirits, but okay. So ninth house in general is a natural Sagittarius. It is the sign of father, gurus, bosses, superior people, religion, dharma, fame, because it is fifth to fifth, like it's bhavat bhavam to fifth. So activating that house can activate this house. So that is that. Charities. Why charities? Charities because it is 8th to 4th, 6th to 4th house. Sorry. 8th to 2nd house. So 2nd house is your money, and 8th house is loss of money. And because 9th house is your, it's not. It's a very divine place. So you will not spend money in some bad deeds. So spending money for 9th house is called charities. Also, of course, journeys, of course, communications with spirits. Third house is communication. 9th house is communication with spirits, higher level, high can be there. The 10th house indicates, 10th house is your natural Capricorn. The 10th indicates occupation, of course, karma, profession, temporal honors, foreign travels. Yes, foreign travels. Why? Because natural Saturn aspects 12th house. Foreign travels because it is 11th to 12th. Gain of foreigners. Okay, self-respect, knowledge and dignity, and means of livelihood. The 11th represents means of gains. Yes, 11th is gains. Also, it is the sign of wish fulfillment. It has the effect of Saturn and Rahu. And Rahu is, that's why we call it a planet which gives you, which fulfills your wishes, elder brother. It is also the brother, younger sibling of father, freedom from misery, because sixth house is misery. 6 to 6, the cancellation of sixth is 11th house. So checking the dasha transit, we can check like what is going to happen and when are we going to get away from this problem. So you have to check the connection of 11th house to 6th house. Then the 12th rules losses, expenditure, waste. Expenditure, natural 12th house Pisces is of course losses, spending. This is a sign what you give, what you donate, what you release from your hand, from your aura, what do you give. So that's why it's a losses, expenditure, waste, extravagance, sympathy. Sympathy, again, sympathy has to be with the emotions. So this is 9th to 4th. So and it is 9th to 4th, so that's why it can be like, for 9th is anything divine, so for the 4th is masses, so 9th to 4th divine knowledge, of course. 4th to 9th, and the storage of it is connected to outer world, so moksha and the state after death. So these are all the factor of 12 houses. So in next video we will finish this chapter, second chapter. Let's rewind what was there in the what we have finished. This is a general indication, considering in judging a house. Second is considering and judging a house. So in this video we learned that what would be the how to judge each house, what does each house represent, and how to connect those houses in horoscope. We will see it later, maybe in my next video. I hope you liked this session. This is a review of one of the greatest astrologer. This is not a review, this is trying to decode the book. So I hope you liked it. We'll again soon. Up until then, bye, take care.